Hi guys, I don't usually come on at this hour nor on my Friday, but I've had a few downloads. If you want to follow the channel, click the bell. We practice anything here from twin flame readings to the astrology, and then we cover anything spiritual. The download I've been having has been that a lot of us have been experiencing very different energy to yesterday. Also, another thing I have noticed is many of us have been experiencing nausea, feeling lethargic, getting very confused. Some of us almost to the point where, how would I put it? That's the only way I can describe it. It's like nonchalant, neither here nor there. Now, in that energy, I'm seeing timelines, and I'm also seeing a lot of people having a lot of problems with, manifesting, looking at the 3D. How are we going to deal with these situations? We're very much looking at the 3D. Now, if you go through and you listen to the Leo King, he explains it in a very funny way, and I love his work. But the way we've got to look at it is it's being handled by universe, okay? Everything is divinely guided. And yes, it sounds like a cliche, but there's other things I'm going to tell you of the download that I've received. Now, when it comes to manifestation, I'll explain that part too. Okay, so how am I going to put this? The download I've got is that we are in 3 timelines at the moment. So we've been experiencing the past timeline, we've been experiencing the current timeline and the future timeline. Now, there was a point where we were in a very high vibe energy. That was because we had manifested the future timeline. So we were within that frequency and we were directly receiving and experiencing that vibration. Now, when it comes to manifestation, what physically happens is you have placed that out to the universe. Hi, Giggle. So you've placed it out to the universe and then you're like, okay, I haven't seen it. But the reality is a lot of things that we end up having directly in front of us is something that we have manifested previously. Now, universe doesn't have a clock in a sense because time's fluid, it's not real, so to speak, it's a man-made theory. But because we're in 2 minds and our frequency is making us go left, right, back, forward, here, now, good. And I have put on the timeline different dates I'm going to be uploading, and I am going to do different dates, so you'll always know, but then there'll be the live sessions as well. So with the timeline, the way you guys are looking at it is, okay, I was in a high vibration, you manifested forward your intentions and what you wanted, but then your ego gradually released, and that is the natural way to manifest. So what you're not actually realizing is you've already manifested in that timeline. However, the pause is here due to where the planets are. We're sort of stationary. So where we're stationary, we're being asked to release the ego and allow what is to transpire. Now, many situations are going to require tying up of loose ends. I don't know why, but I keep feeling this energy is very similar to Venus retrograde, and I feel that's a message to you guys. Don't make any rash decisions. Do not make any rash decisions. Push the pause button, because it is a very Venus in retrograde energy. Sorry about the noise. It's a very poor time to make mass decisions. Now, I was talking to Giggle, and she's like, God, when we talk, we get ourselves in trouble. You got to think of manifestation this way, or especially when it comes to twin energy. Generally speaking, when your twin returns to you, you haven't actually thought about them. You've got to the point, you physically released it, and you've gone, oh, bugger it, I'm doing me, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, and you've completely just released. You've got so fatigued by the journey, you've released the aspect of the ego, and they've then manifested themselves back in, and you're like, whoa, didn't see that coming. Now, years ago, I was saying to Giggle, when I was single, and I was, I was solo when I would go clubbing, I had this comical joke with my girlfriend, and this is even like a bit of an aha moment. Now, any of you who are pre, turn off. Okay, It's a bit like when you got hairy legs and you go clubbing. My girlfriend would go out and she would say, "Meh, who cares?" And she'd go out, and sure enough, she would get knight in shining armor coming through, and she'd go, "Yildiz!" And I'll be like, so we turned it into the good luck charm. But it's a metaphor. It's when you've released and you release the expectation, things come to you. When you're up in your head and you're worried about it, they don't come to you. It's actually saying to you that you've already manifested it. You don't even need to trust it. You just need to completely release. But at this point in time, and again, it is completely up to you, but I'm seeing that we're being presented with 3 timelines. We're being presented because our energy at the moment where we are, we were in a high vibration a while ago. We then bumped into a very angry energy. That again is to do with the planets, but it is to do with us processing past. So we were temporarily, for a few days, living in past timelines. So our frequency, we were here. Hello, New Zealand. I come from Auckland, even though I've been here since I was 9. So we theoretically, in the spiritual sense, were living in that timeline. And that has been for about a week. So we have been living in past tense timeline energy for about a week. What we're moving into, again, we're going to come back in the next few days. We should merge through where we're coming into the present state of being. That if you can release the ego connected to it, you're going to flow into the energy of where you are right now. Try, if you can, to shift your energy into the here and now. Because while you're residing back there, you're recreating and manifesting that paradigm, that reality. Now, it wasn't the most perfect paradigm. So if you can tune out of that frequency, you're currently living in an old timeline. So try and do what you can to release it. Because this is really what the stationary is. Okay, have your meditation, you know, think on what you need to think about. You're currently living in a past time frame, timeline. Now, you don't want to go back there. So what you need to do is try and redirect your energy onto something else, because we're going to move it back into the here and now. You already have manifested your future timeline. That high frequency you were experiencing, you already have manifested that in. But it's like we're at a T section in the road. So to the left, that physical timeline, that paradigm, is something you can actually physically manifest in. You need to switch it off right away. Unless, of course, you want to recreate that. Coming back into the here and now, don't get into your ego again of what isn't working. It's a test. Now, if you do then move that energy back to ego where it was, oh my gosh, how am I going to manifest money, and how am I going to get family balance? Is my home okay? You're living in an old timeline. It doesn't mean to say the 3D nature of the things is going to change, but it's hooking you in to a point where it's dragging you back to a previous timeline. Now, if you can release the ego and you can move into the present energy, what you're going to do is you're going to alchemize a new beginning. So doors are going to start opening for you. So if you can push through that, shift your mindset. That's all I'm asking you to do, is shift it physically into the very present moment. And if you are feeling very triggered, don't think on the problems. Don't think of a solution. Pause. Just pause for a couple of days. That's all I'm asking. That's going to give you enough time to shift that frequency to get back into the present moment. Your vibration then will increase and you will be able to deal with the adversity. Another thing I've been seeing has been technology is trying to give you messages at the moment. So you're going to notice that a lot of your technology is really playing up. This probably should have happened again a few months ago, but it's more happening where phones are turning on and off. Technology, volumes on phones are going on up and down, and it's like our attention is being drawn. It's like it's trying to drag us back into the present moment to visually listen to our intuition and our higher self. But if we can't, we need to get back to the 3D to get grounded. Try and use the meditation. If you need to, switch all white noise off and physically get out in nature and get grounded so you can shake that negative energy off. The synchronicities you'll be seeing are going to be coming through your dreams. Hello, all my family. They're also going to be coming through in strange ways. So if you think of a person, you may very well start hearing from them. It can be old energies coming back where they're coming to see you. And I am seeing a lot of numbers directly connecting to ending of cycles. So rest assured that old energies and old karmic cycles are tying up and ending. We really do have the 5D blinders on at the moment, but our higher self, when we're at the correct frequency, is physically seeing the reality. There is a lot of hidden aspects that we're physically not seeing at the moment. So if you're hearing things connected to something that you're wondering about, don't believe it unless you hear it from the horse's mouth, because it's going to trigger you. Again, it's a test. Try and stay very much in the present. What I've been shown is we're living in 3 paradigms right now. We're living in 3 physical timelines, and that's why we're feeling so all over the place. We are realigning, so it can feel that you're getting dizzy and you're getting nauseous because the frequency is moving through and shaking. So I'm seeing your body in 3 separate locations at the moment. So you need to bring the energy back in to alchemize it. Any questions? That's so far what I've got, but I had to tell you guys that just pay attention. You know, if you need to switch off and everything is getting too much, switch off and try and redirect your energy somewhere else so that you can get the best out of the situation. But trust in the process. I'm seeing it to be very positive. I do see a lot of energy switching and changing, and a lot of surprises coming out of left field. Any questions? Yes, you may ask a question very quickly. Yeah, it's weird the way I get my downloads. They come and I'm like, I've actually purchased myself some books, so I take them with me everywhere now. I am put my flat up for rent, not live there constant. If you feel, are you doing it because of twin flame connection, or are you doing it because you think it's necessary on the 3D? If you feel it's necessary on the 3D, you need to do it. You need to trust your instincts. A lot of feminines at the moment, and masculines, it depends on who holds what energy. If you feel you need to do that, then you do that. If it's not from a place of ego, of I'm doing it for another reason, the 19th, we are stationary at the moment. If you're signing the contract, it's probably safer within 2 to 3 weeks, but that's up to you. Look, you can't put your life on hold. That's the reality. I am feeling that it was weird, and this is how I noticed that we're flicked timelines. About a week ago, I was sensing an energy of earthquakes, tsunamis, and like a national disaster. But then the frequency shifted and it's like it's not there. It's a very strange energy. So it's like we are jumping timelines. It's a very strange energy. It's like we're living in different paradigms. Very strange. And generally, your sinuses as well, that's going off. Use your body to be aware of your environment right now, especially with we've literally had, when you look at it, a whole year of retrograde. We have had 3 years of physical transformation. Moving into 2019 is a better frequency. So try not, I know you guys are so tired. We are almost there. Just try and keep as grounded as you can. The vagueness is totally understandable because we literally are in 3 timelines at the moment, and it's like you're actually teleporting. That's what you guys are physically doing. You are teleporting. Your spiritual core self is jumping timelines, and it just feels crap. So you'll get nausea. The ringing in the ears has been consistent. Dizziness. Sinus. Now, that's what I was going to tell you. Pay attention to your body ailments. If you've got arthritis and your bones start hurting, pay attention to your environment. anything to do with cyclones, hail. Watch your symptoms. They're trying to get in touch with yourself. I know we're looking at other things. Get back in touch with yourself right now for yourself, for your safety, your protection. If your body's telling you something, it is warning you. Remember, a lot of animals have the sixth sense. Flu-like symptoms come for 24 hours, no more than that, and then bang, they go. That's why I'm saying to you, pay attention to your body ailments at the moment. They're coming in, but they're a sign of our changing frequency in DNA. But because we are merging timelines, as well as the environment around us we need to be aware of. That's where our sixth sense is going off. So by you becoming aware of yourself and why you're having these things, not just due to the ascension, it's going to help you be interconnected with what's going on around you. A lot of you guys are probably having a lot of struggles, even, you know, getting enough done in the day, going, oh God, have we got today has been reshuffling and organizing the channel so that when people want to find different videos, they can find them. So they're in a systematic order. I'm changing the format of it. I also need to update everyone about what the channel's about. It is, yes, all about spirituality. But I'm going to be offering a lot more services when it comes to me interviewing Reiki healers, remote healers. I've started interviewing a few people and I'm going to bring them onto the channel. Anyway, I will have to let you go because my daughter's here for the weekend. God help me. She's going to be helping me with some videos as well. But I'll try and come on tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll leave that with you guys and I'll talk to you later.